The Nile River. It stretches from Egypt to Uganda. Today we are going to be diving into the Nile River. Around 3150 BC, the first sign of Egyptians were found in the Nile Valley. They were known for their advanced farming, construction, and hieroglyphics. They also had a complex belief in the afterlife. They also worshipped thousands of gods and goddesses, such as Ra, the sun god, Anubis, the god of death, and Hapi, the god of annual flooding. Back to the Egyptians. How did they get food? Well, if you haven't noticed, they're right by a river. The Nile River, which is teeming with fish, such as Nile perch, Nile tilapia, and catfish. Now that food's covered, what about water? This brings me to my next point, the water cycle. This is a chart of the water cycle. Over here is the first step, evaporation. Evaporation is when heat hits the water, which turns it into water vapor. Condensation is what comes next. This is when water vapor turns into clouds. Next, we have precipitation. This is called rain. And finally, we have collection, which is when the water finally gets back to the ocean. Now, I know what you're thinking. Skadushi, why are you displaying a random image of a crab on our screen? And also, how does the water cycle affect the Egyptians? Well, if you've ever taken a look at a map and looked at Egypt, you would see that their capital city, Cairo, is located near the Nile. By the way, the Nile is freshwater, which is the kind of water you drink. So naturally, their main water source is the Nile. The water also allowed them to farm, trade, and travel. Speaking of farming, the Egyptians harvested barley and wheat. They had 3 seasons for that: Aket, flooding season, Peret, growing season, and Shamu, harvesting season. Now, back to the present. So clearly, the Egyptians' lives depended a lot on the Nile. Now, it's not all fun and games. The Nile is significantly impacted by both pollution and climate change. Here are 3 ways you can help. First, turning off the lights. This simple action can save a lot of energy. Second, solar energy. This is a great alternative to regular energy.